But the guy I work with who started stealing shit, he confessed. He's very honest, and he also, it's hilarious. He's done with his community service, and he keeps coming now just because it's kind of fun when like we have a good crew, we're all fucking around there. But he just started going kamikaze. He just asks out all the girls who volunteer there.
Oh my god!
Yikes.
He doesn't care anymore.
He doesn't give a fuck, and it's amazing because they're all super Christian. So he has to, like, sometimes he'll pretend like he's willing to turn to Christ, and then he might even endure a Sunday mass. And he did it all for the nookie, as Fred Durst would say.
Well, you got to commend the guy, right? Is he getting annoying? I mean, is he getting?
No,
like,
I haven't heard any complaints or anything. I'm exaggerating a little bit, but he does. He's asked a couple girls out now.
I love it.
Which I would, I'm still on the community service grind. I don't have the balls to. I would
Has
not do
there
that.
been one that you maybe wanted to ask out?
There are some attractive Christians. I gotta say, Christians are my favorite religious or ethnic minority, a religious minority, because they pride themselves on their sense of humor. They're all very cool. The jokes are extremely dark. There's this one guy who's Mexican, and the head chef, who's like a born-again Christian, just calls him like a terrorist all the time. It just makes 9/11 jokes.
He's Mexican?
Yeah.
The wrong group.
Does he kind of look Arab a little bit? There's some Mexicans that look a little Arab.
I mean, maybe. But they're very politically incorrect. They're good people. The Christians get a bad rep.
I don't think they get a bad rep.
They're
so sweet to
us. It's so
us.
in fashion to be like, Christians? More like child rapists.
Oh, yeah.
Like, they want to, Christian nationalism. They want to take women back to the Stone Age.
I will say, the stuff with children that's happened in the Catholic Church in particular is, insane. And I feel like it hasn't gotten, the level of, attention. I think there was, over 250,000 children who were molested, in the Catholic Church.
Yeah, it's bad. It's super bad.
That's a lot of kids.
Not covering up, but then again, how many child brides are there in the Middle East, in Muslim countries?
And in our country. It's completely legal.
In our country, too.
Yeah,
is
it's
it
fucking
completely
weird.
legal? You can fuck children here?
Well,
you can marry a child legally.
If with the consent of their parents.
Maybe in the right city in Utah. But also in Hollywood, there's rampant pedophilia. And the Jews, they cut off children's foreskin at 8 days
Got that,
old.
Brooks?
So everybody...
It's a sacred tradition.
Well, there are the one. Yeah, I don't want to bring it up because I work in Hollywood, but there are there's that Hasidic Jew that they do the little sucky on the uncircumcised.
Yeah,
you know what I'm talking about.
I was totally asking for it when
Brooks
I was
knows what I'm talking about.
I was totally asking for it.
You are.
I just, Christian bashing, when a guy, I don't want to talk, this is about nobody in particular, just something I hear, but when people get up and do, Catholic priest jokes at comedy clubs, it's like, okay, is it fucking 2002 right now? I just, Christian bashing is, you hear it so much, and it's the safest thing to do. So that's why
Especially in LA, I feel like.
That's why I'm taking a stand for pedophile bishops everywhere.
There you go.
Right
they
now.
need someone,
They do.
and they have you.
And there we go.
Yeah.
And it's just
We've also.
Socrates probably fucked little boys. Achilles, I'm sure, had some little boys in his tent.
I don't think Achilles
Great
did.
men.
I don't think Achilles did, but I think Socrates did for sure.
Achilles might have.
I don't think he
Can
did.
you look up and see if at any point in the Iliad Achilles fucks a boy?
I like to think of Achilles as like Leonidas. Because Leonidas goes, oh, the boy lovers in Athens. He was making fun of the guys that like the boys in Athens, and he was a man.
Yeah.
He thinks his last wish, or right before he dies, he thinks of his wife, Right before he goes to heaven. It was
Love
nice.
that.
Yeah. Did you see 300 by chance?
Probably.
I would love to watch it with you.
I feel like that's something my brother would make me watch at some point.
300 is
so
the amount
probably.
of nuts Leo's going to rub out to your Instagram.
Is it a lot of nudity?
Your Instagram?
No, the movie.
Oh,
the
there's some
movie.
nudity. There's a really good sex scene in 300.
Gosh.
A really good one.
Okay, so it says probably not. We can't rule
That's
it out.
right, dude. That's right, dude. My boy Achilles, baby. Probably not. He didn't do it. Come on. He was supposed to be 30 feet tall. There's theories that one of the theories was that Achilles was 30 feet
I
tall.
was gonna say, isn't he mythical?
Achilles is
Technically,
not, he's
we
not a
don't know.
historical figure.
We don't know for sure. We don't know
Okay,
for sure.
Interesting.
Achilles is probably not a historical figure, but the Battle of Troy really did happen.
Mhm.
I think a crazy German archaeologist in the 1800s, his dad read him the Iliad and the Odyssey every single night before he went to bed. He was obsessed with classical Greek culture, and he wanted to go find Troy, and he fucking found it.
Wow.
And he found Troy out there in fucking wherever. The fucking the Aegean Sea, wherever that shit is.
It's pretty cool.
Yeah.
We should go there for a video.
That'd be amazing.
We should do another Trojan horse.
Great tax write-off.
Fez is in the Trojan
We could
horse.
fuck somebody on the first class in the airplane and tell
Yeah,
the
that's
story
my
on the
tax
podcast.
write-off.
Is it a crime for me and a lady to just leave this podcast on good terms without her thinking I have herpes or that I'm a rapist or that I am some kind of horrible Muslim man? All right.
Well, you said that part.
And a
I called,
pedophile.
and
okay, Fez. Jesus Christ.
Just lay it on.
Leo did do a stint in the church in his
didn't.
native Argentina.
I didn't. That's not, that's not true.
There was an altar boy who, the little boy had to tell his parents that there was candle wax in his hair. That was a lie. Leo.
It's the only time an altar boy got assaulted by another altar boy because I was also an altar boy. So yeah,
My
it was weird.
God.
No, that did not happen. I've never been in the church much. I think maybe I've probably gone to church maybe like 30 times in my life. But I do.
Would you consider yourself Christian?
Yeah, I'm Catholic actually. I'm wearing a rosary right
That's
now.
right.
Italian. I get that.
Yeah, we gotta support. My mom's
That's how
super
I was
religious.
raised.
My mom was super religious growing up,
Leo,
and
name one thing Jesus said during the Sermon on the Mount.
he said that let the guys, those who don't know, better, that they can be, they can go to heaven. He said that at some point. I think he said it just like that too.
Bags.
You're talking about when he was like on the cross. He said, "Forgive them, Father, for they know not what they do."
They know not what they do.
I don't
Yeah.
think that was the Sermon on the Mount. The Sermon on the Mount was a more joyous occasion.
He said everybody getting wine tonight. I think he said wine's the body of Christ, and we all getting lit tonight. I think he said that.
I don't think he said that.
It's just,
think so?
it's just. I do like how the definition of Christian or Catholic is expanded to the point where, name one teaching of Jesus.
I don't follow that. I go by mainly what the Pope says. Okay, and he says like if you're a good person, you're going to heaven.
Okay,
Again,
so
as
you
long
just
as
do
you
the sign of the
repent.
cross sometimes, and you just like.
I
You're good.
believe that if you're a good person and you kind of put yourself in other people's shoes occasionally, I think that's what God's about. And people call it the universe. If you're grateful and you kind of give to the universe, it kind of gives back to you. I think that's religion. That's what God is.
Karma.
Yeah, I think that's what it is.
sacrilegious brown people religion.
Okay, so what goes around comes around
comes
is your
around.
idea of Christianity.
Yeah, I'd say so.
Okay.
I'd say so.
Wow.
But do you think that I should be familiar with the reasons? Because I know some stories. Like I just don't know. I don't know like John 3:16 or whatever the hell.
I think I should
Okay,
be
that's like
familiar with
mental illness to know that, so it's fine.
Yeah, thank you.
No,
Yeah.
that's a ridiculous statement. I think you know who actually turned me on to the gospel was fucking Austin.
Are you Christian?
I love the teachings of Jesus. Austin was actually the guy I told, because I was asking him, I was like, what's a good part of the Bible to read? Because like if you fucking open Genesis, it's like unreadable, the early parts of the Bible. I mean, it's interesting, but it's not really.
It's just anti-Semitic.
Well, it's written by Jews for Jews, so it's not very anti-Semitic.
I'm saying of you to say that.
What?
I'm joking. I was saying for you to say that it's like too difficult to read.
Yeah. Well, it is pretty ridiculous. I'll say something anti-Semitic right now. The book of Leviticus exposed the savagery of the early Jew for sure, because it's like 100 pages on how to sacrifice an ox. But yeah, like the Gospels, the 4 canonical Gospels of Christ are like the cliff notes of the Bible. It's like the easiest part to get through. It makes sense. It's not just like all these poorly written ancient stories about a fucking cloud talking to a guy who then fucking goes and I don't know. But it's good. Yeah, it'd be of value for you.
You know what? I mean, I know that there's value in reading it. I know that it comes up in literature all the time. I know that it's an amazing book.
Well, if you're gonna wear the necklace, it's sort of like wearing a dog tag without having served in Afghanistan.
Like wearing a Nirvana t-shirt without having listened to Nirvana.
I think
Yeah,
isn't
it
this
is.
like blasphemy? I think wearing a rosary is not considered exactly like what you're supposed to do with it. Obviously.
Yeah, you're not supposed to do that, but
No.
that's okay.
Thank you.
Yeah, it's fun. You should probably pass through the fucking old gospel a couple times.
I will. I will just for you.
Yeah.
I will. I think.
It's good.
I think as I get older, there needs to be a reading list. Maybe give me a reading list.
It's the gospels are great. Yeah. Like all of them they get repetitive, but they each have their own unique thing that Jesus teaches. And even if you don't believe that Jesus was a deity, he did historically exist, and his parables are considered in a literary sense to be great. to be really, really profound. And when you read it, it does like hit you in a deep emotional place, and it is really soothing.
Nice. It's cool to see. I think Danny's gotten significantly more like, I would say, you can call it spiritual, whatever, maybe religious, but through the years that I've known you, I think, probably just you reading that book has made you slightly more spiritual.
Yeah, read the Sermon on the Mount. It's in the book of Matthew, I think. It's like right at this. There's just the first part of the gospel is an unbearable genealogy that goes from like fucking Moses to Christ that you can just flip through. Then you get to the good stuff. Fez, you should read it too. Fez also claims Christianity and didn't even know what century Jesus was born in.
Just do the audiobook. That's what I've been doing.
Yeah.
I've been doing an audiobook.
Of the Bible?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
I've been doing that for like 6 months now.